customer on Jawa just ordered this PC. Let's get it ready for shipping. However, before we get this PC shipped out to the customer, we first need to make sure that the GPU drivers and the motherboard BIOS are all up to date. This is to make sure that the customer receives a PC that is truly plug and play. To update the GPU drivers, we are going to use AMD's Adrenalin software. Looking to see when the GPU drivers are updated, we can see that was nearly from 5 months ago, which makes sense because that was when I finished assembling the system. Let's go ahead and let these drivers download. And now that these GPU drivers have been updated, we can then boot into the motherboard BIOS to see that the BIOS version is FB1, which on the motherboard support page says that this BIOS update came out on May 24th, 2024. We can see that the latest BIOS version is FB8 that was released on November 21st, 2025. Let's go ahead and download the latest BIOS version. Once it's finished downloading, you can see that it comes in the form of a zipped folder with all of these different files here. First, before we do anything, let's go ahead and extract all of these files. For the destination, I will simply just choose the download folder and then hit extract. Once they've finished extracting, you can see that all of our files are here. And the only file that we need here is the file that has our BIOS version, FB8. Let's go ahead and move that file to our flash drive right here. And in File Explorer, it's listed as Drive E. Now that we have moved this file to our flash drive, we now need to rename this file as all caps gigabyte.bin. And I'll tell you in a second why this is important. Now that our file has been renamed to gigabyte.bin, let's go ahead and eject the flash drive, plug in our USB flash drive into the USB type A port that says BIOS. And if we go back here to our motherboard IO, we can see a BIOS flash button feature that are located on newer motherboards. And remembering from what I said earlier about renaming the file, this is so that the BIOS can recognize the file and proceed with the update smoothly. Let's go ahead and press this button with something small until our power supply kicks on. Now that the BIOS has finished updating, you can now package this PC to get it ready for shipping. For packing material, we're going to go with Instapack, which is going to be a great choice of material when it comes to shipping PCs. To use Instapack, all you have to do is press 2 hands firmly on this side and then alternate hands between these 2 sides right here. Once this bag pops, spread out the foam and then place this bag inside of the PC and let it expand, making sure that the tempered glass is on while it's expanding so that it makes a mold around all the components. Here you can see that I used 3 bags of Instapack to fill all the empty space inside of this PC. Now it's time to pop on the glass panel. Go ahead and place this inside of our box. Now that the PC is inside of its box, I want to bring your attention to all the cardboard that I stuffed on the sides and the top of the box. This is to protect the front tempered glass, the side tempered glass, and the rear side panel from any damage during shipping. Finally sealing this box up and getting it dropped at UPS so it gets shipped out to the customer.